Hey guys, this is the Semester 2 study guide that I told you I would have for you. I'm going to read through some of the directions because it's very important that you understand how serious I want you to take this. I'm not here today, obviously, and I expect you all to act like the almost high school students that you are. So first of all, you will be given this page. You must use this page. So you have to have a pencil and you have to write neatly. There's no excuses for not writing neatly. Slow down, take your time. You have 45 minutes to finish this. You will have plenty of time. I'm going to be graded based on the following: 3 points for highlighting, 3 points for completion, and 4 points for effort and neatness. And this will be included as your final exam grade. So if you choose to screw around today, you will have 10 points right off the top. And you will be turning this in, the hard copy, in as soon as the end of the class period. So if for some reason you don't finish it, you can finish it at home, but I may take off points depending on what the report I get from Mrs. Guthrie. So be careful that you make sure you take a picture of it for your own purposes. So I wrote out about 3 paragraphs of some test-taking strategies, and I will read this out loud so you can listen to it and you can pause me when you need to. I want you to use highlighters. I want you to write in the margins if necessary, because I will be giving you points for highlighting, and I really should add margin notes, even if it's just to clarify something for yourself. Okay, so the exam will consist of 2 grade level texts. For some of you, they will be difficult, but not impossible. So slow down your reading rate, take notes, and I don't mean extensive notes, just jot down ideas in the margins, and reread the text if necessary. Be sure to look at the questions before you read to determine some reasons for reading. Make notes in your margin or on a blank piece of paper to help you understand the information. When you read questions, make sure you understand exactly what the question is asking. Look for those tiny details that can make a huge difference when answering a question. When you are trying to figure out answers, look at how the answer options are different. Think about how you can figure out the answer. It is just as important to find out why the other options are not correct. This can help you ensure that you have selected the correct answer. If you can't find any evidence to support an answer, and ask yourself that, meaning when you are looking at an answer option, ask yourself, is there any evidence to support this answer? And if you draw a blank, then go to another option and see if you can find some evidence. Engage with the text. That means you are actively trying to search out answers. You are not just sitting there with your eyes glazed over, just trying to fill it out so you are done. This is the last test you have to take for me, aside from the criterion writing, but you can do this. Search for evidence to support your ideas. So if you think you know the answer, again, search for evidence. So for example, if it asks what is being described throughout most of the text, this sounds to me kind of like a main idea question. And you can find the answer by looking at the beginning, the middle, and the end to see which option is the most prevalent, which means which option do you see throughout the text. If an answer is only found in one paragraph, for example, like the intro, but not addressed anywhere else, it can't be the right answer. Have a silent conversation with yourself. Ask yourself questions like, okay, what evidence would I find if this answer option was correct? And then look for that type of evidence. And if you can't find any, then you need to go to the next option. Again, engage in the text, be an active participant. Don't give up without trying. Use the paragraph above, the one I just read, to help you answer these questions. I am looking for specific answers, so don't just throw out answers without finding them in what I just read. And I'm also looking for very complete answers. Use a complete sentence. write as much information as you can find that answers that actual question. I will mark every answer wrong if it doesn't look like effort was put into this. So when you scribble, basically, really big, 3 words for an answer, I won't even bother reading it. It's going to be wrong. So before reading the text, what will you do? When a text is difficult, name 3 things you can do to help you better comprehend the material. Why should you read a question carefully? Look at all of the reasons why. And what are at least 3 reasons you can do when looking for the correct answer? Your answers must come from the text above. Again, I reiterated that because I want you to understand these are not just answers you make up out of the blue. Now here are some skills and sometimes some strategies as well, some more strategies. So most of these aren't questions, but you still need to write down either questions you have that you want to ask me on Tuesday or comments that you have that show that you've read and understand each of these statements. So number 1, finding evidence that supports a statement from the text. This is a skill that you will need to use tomorrow. So in order to do this well, you must understand the statement given. Ask yourself, okay, what kind of evidence might I find if this answer option is correct? Then start searching for that kind of evidence. You need to understand the main idea, okay? You must be able to see what the entire text is about. Ask yourself if the detail in the answer option is addressed throughout the text in some way. If it doesn't, move on. Don't just say yes or no. Look for evidence or lack of evidence so that you are certain. This is really important. It's not really a skill as much as it is a strategy, but read all of your answer options, even if you are 99.9% sure that A is the right answer. Don't let them trick you. Just because you think it sounds good doesn't mean it's the right answer. You know, I know this sounds bad, but it's not what you think, it's what you can prove. So it has to be in the text. Read every single word in the question and the answer option because every single word in the question and answer option are valuable. One little word can change the whole meaning. So pay attention to those answer options. Some of the answer options are kind of long. So look at the question first and then look at the answer option to see, okay, which detail can I use to rule out this? Sometimes it's easier to decide, oh, that can't be the right answer because this part of the text was not mentioned, or they said the complete opposite, or that wasn't the person who said it, or something like that. You need to understand author purpose. So you kind of have to understand, okay, why did the author include this bit of text? Who said the text, especially like if it's a speech or something, who is actually saying it? Is the author saying it? Is it a character in the story? Who is saying the text? And then figure that out. Basic capitalization rules. I am going to make after I get done with this, I'm going to put together some resources so you can watch some basic rules for capitalization. They will probably be very babyish because hopefully I can find some that are more middle school oriented. Not only basic capitalization rules, especially for proper nouns, notice when you capitalize directions, and when you don't. You have to know the difference between there, and there. This is an epidemic that makes our society look dumb. And I see it all over social media in kids and adults alike, and we have to get better at this. Clear and concise sentences. What information do you need to include when you are given some sentences and you're supposed to combine them to make them clear and to make them concise? Make sure you know the difference between complex and compound sentences. What are the differences? Watch a video and take basic notes. What is something that you learned? So this entire thing, I want highlights and a few comments or underline, something that shows that you were actively participating in the text. I want you to fill out the questions nice and neatly and completely, and you must turn this in before the end of the class period, or it is 10 points off of your final exam. And if you do all of this and you read over some of this stuff before tomorrow, you should ace this final, because the final we've already done all kinds of this stuff, and it's just a matter of you being able to apply those skills. All right? Okay, look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. See ya. Bye.